Hi, I'm Megan and welcome to my kitchen. In today's video, I've got 4 ideas for you for quick and easy breakfasts that are also super yummy. So if you're looking for some breakfast inspiration, just keep watching. First up, I'm making sausage, egg, and cheese crescents. Now, I didn't use a specific recipe when I made these, just kind of threw them together, but I'll try to find a recipe very similar to what I did and link it down in the description box below, but they're really easy. You really don't even need a recipe. Here's what I'm going to be using. So first, I need some crescent rolls for the crescents. I'm using some eggs. For the sausage, I'm using these frozen turkey sausage links. You can use whatever sausage links you'd prefer. You could also use bacon. You could use ham, Canadian bacon, whatever breakfast meat you prefer. You could also honestly just make this vegetarian and add some veggies in there. And then we'll, of course, need some cheese. All right, that's all that we need. Let me show you how I made these. I've got my oven preheating according to my crescent roll package instructions, which I believe for this brand was 375 degrees. I'm going to unroll one of the crescent roll triangles and add some scrambled eggs to that. I just took the eggs, added a little bit of milk, salt and pepper, scrambled them up, and cooked them over about medium-low heat until they were cooked. Then for the sausage links, I pop these in the microwave, again, according to the package instructions. And then I'm going to add a little bit of the cheese, roll that up just like you would a crescent roll, and then I'm going to place that onto a greased cookie sheet, and I baked it again just according to the package instructions, so for about 12 to 15 minutes until they're golden brown. All right, this is what they look like out of the oven, and to serve them up, I just did some simple orange smiles, and these were so yummy. It's really simple but delicious, so I'd recommend you all give these a try. Up next, I'm making chicken and waffle sliders. So simple, and again, I didn't use a recipe, but you don't really need one. It's just a couple of ingredients. So you need some kind of chicken for the chicken and waffles. I'm using these chicken bites that I got from Sam's Club. You can use your favorite chicken nugget. You can, of course, use homemade chicken nuggets. You can use chicken strips, homemade or frozen, and just cook them up and cut them into thirds. I'm going to cook these chicken bites in the air fryer. You'll need waffles. I'm using these little mini waffles just to make them slider size. And then for the sauce for my chicken and waffles, I'm just keeping it simple. I'm going to use some maple syrup and add just a tiny little pinch of cayenne pepper for just the smallest little kick. Not spicy at all, but that's totally optional. You do not need to use the cayenne pepper if you don't like things spicy. All right, I'm going to toast up the waffles in my toaster. And then, like I said, for the chicken nuggets, I'm cooking them in the air fryer. I cooked these at 400 degrees for about 10 to 12 minutes. You just want to make sure that you cook them all the way through. And then here's the little sauce that I made. Like I said, it's really simple, just maple syrup and the tiniest pinch of cayenne pepper. Now, to assemble these, I separated out the waffles. Each waffle, I think, came in 4 of the little mini waffles. So I just separated those out, added a chicken nugget to one of the waffles, topped it with one of the other waffle pieces, and secured it with a toothpick. I drizzled it with some of that maple syrup and then just served some grapes on the side. These were super yummy. So good, and such an easy and quick breakfast. This literally took like no time at all. Next, I'm making a tater tot breakfast casserole. This recipe is from the Plain Chicken. I'll have her recipe linked in the description box below. Here's what I'm using. So first, the recipe calls for sausage, but instead of sausage, I had some cubed ham left in my refrigerator, and I really needed to use it up, so I am going to use that along with just a little bit of these bacon crumbles from Sam's Club. I'm not going to use too much, but just wanted to add a little extra meat in there just in case the ham wasn't enough. I'm also going to need tater tots for the tater tot casserole, of course. Some salt, pepper, garlic powder, onion powder, some shredded cheese. You really can use whatever kind of shredded cheese you prefer or what you've got on hand. You'll need eggs and some milk, and that's it. All right, let me show you how to put this together. I've got my oven preheating to 350 degrees. Quick note, as per usual, I am having this recipe. The full recipe makes a 9x13. I've greased, I think this is a 9x9 casserole just with some cooking spray. I'm going to add some of the tater tots into a single layer at the bottom of the casserole dish. And the recipe doesn't say to do this, but I seasoned the tater tots with just a little bit of salt and pepper. Next, I'm going to add my cubed ham and my crumbled bacon. Like I said, the recipe does call for breakfast sausage. If you're using that, you would just make sure to brown that up, drain off the grease if needed, and then you can add that. Next, I'm going to sprinkle the shredded cheese on top of that, and I'm going to set it to the side. Now, I'm just adding this to the next few ingredients to a measuring cup, just so that it's easier to pour over everything. In this measuring cup, I'm adding the milk. I'm then going to add the eggs and the seasonings, so the salt, pepper, garlic powder, and onion powder, and I'm going to whisk that until it's combined really well. And remember, make this your own. You're in your kitchen. So if you want to add a little bit of hot sauce to the eggs, do that. If you want to use Canadian ham instead of the breakfast sausage, do that. If you want to add some diced onions and bell peppers or some jalapenos, diced green chilies, go crazy. Use your imagination. Again, it's your kitchen. I'm just pouring that egg mixture over the casserole, and this is going to go into the preheated oven and bake for about 60 to 70 minutes or until it's golden brown and the eggs are set. Now, you can put this together the night before, cover it and refrigerate it, and then just bake it off if you would like to. All right, here's our breakfast plated up. I served some of the casserole with a side of fresh fruit. And then for the casserole itself, I just drizzled a little bit of sriracha over top, garnished it with some chopped green onions, and then we ended up adding some ketchup on the side. This was yummy. This was delicious. I'll definitely be making this again. Finally, I'm making cinnamon roll bites. I've made this a couple times before. It's delicious. It's basically what it is. It tastes like little bites of cinnamon rolls, but you can make it in so much less time. I mean, don't get me wrong. I love cinnamon rolls, but making them homemade, it's time consuming. So this is a much quicker and easier way to have that taste of cinnamon rolls in the morning for breakfast. All right, let me show you what you'll need to make this. And of course, I'll have the recipe linked in the description box below for you. You'll need milk, a can of biscuits. Now, use your favorite kind and brand. I personally wouldn't necessarily recommend that you use the layer biscuits. I would more recommend like the home style canned biscuits. You'll need powdered sugar, brown sugar, vanilla, cinnamon, and butter. The oven is preheating to 350 degrees. In a small bowl, I'm going to combine the brown sugar and the cinnamon and mix that until it's really well combined. And again, as usual, I am having the recipe. Now that that's combined really well, I'm going to set that to the side, and I'm going to take my canned biscuits, and you want to cut your biscuits into quarters. I'm going to take each of the biscuit quarters and dip that into the cinnamon sugar mixture, and I'm using my fingers to really pack on that cinnamon sugar. I'm going to keep going until I've used up all my biscuits, and I'm going to place them into a greased casserole dish. Next, I'm taking the butter, I melted it in the microwave, and I'm going to drizzle that over the little cinnamon bites. And then these are going to go into the preheated oven, and they'll bake for about 20 to 25 minutes or until the biscuit dough is cooked all the way through. When the biscuits are done, I'm going to quickly mix up the glaze. In this bowl, I have some melted butter. I'm going to add in the vanilla, and then the powdered sugar, and then the milk. And you want to add the milk slowly. If you need a little bit more to make it a little thinner consistency, you can always add a little more, but go slowly with it. Once that is a pourable or spoonable rather consistency, I'm going to drizzle that over the cinnamon roll bites, and then that's it. Those will be ready. Here's the finished plate. I've got some of the cinnamon roll bites along with some cooked bacon. This was just left over from, I think, the day before, along with some fresh grapes. Normally, I would also cook up some scrambled eggs along with this, but just didn't feel like it this morning. Wasn't super hungry. Like I said, this is so yummy. I highly recommend you all give this recipe a try. That's it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that you liked this video. If you did, please hit the thumbs up button below and subscribe to my channel if you're not already. And I hope you have a great rest of the day. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.